Hello, my name is Annie. I am feeling called to do a collective reading on the full moon in Libra. I think it's called the super pink moon. And so I'm going to start with a black moon astrology card. One or two of those just for the general energies, and then I'll continue with some tarot and just kind of see what spirit is wanting to tell the collective that's tuning in to this channel right now. So basically, we just call in the divine unity consciousness, Christed consciousness, the divine intelligence, and align us with our highest timelines so that we can, or help us with this message to align to our highest timelines. If there's any lower timelines that we need to know to shed any illusions, please let us know. Just whatever information we need for our greatest good, for the greatest good of all. So here we go, you guys. This is like the first full moon since sort of the whole quarantine, because our other full moon, it was like just kind of beginning, you know, and then right after that's when things started shutting down. So interesting. Super pink full moon in Libra for the collective spirit. What do you need to, what do you want to let us know? Sixth house routine. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Routine. It's like anything but routine. This is speaking to me. I'm going to move this so you can see it upright. Yeah, the sixth house is the house of healing. The house of Virgo, that energy. That is so interesting, like healing. The house of routine. I'm going to do a couple more energies because I feel like we're moving into Christed consciousness. I almost want to say it's like tuning into our true energy, our truth, our true power. Almost like a new routine of going within and healing within. Okay, water element sensing. Okay, there's a lot of like patterning going on. I see this as a restructuring of patterning. We have 40 and 30. Let's go this way. I think Spirit wants it to go this way. Wow, so I feel like the routine, it's turning, I mean, it's my, you know, whatever I'm getting is what I propose to the collective too. Air communicating. This is fascinating to me. That's 39. No more. There's all these shapes wanting to show themselves. Triangles. 2 triangles. And another what? Wow, okay. Second house. Owning. Okay. All right, I'm being told to order it like in the number order, okay? And then just let it speak. So we have the second house of Taurus. This is life as we knew it. This is where you project everything outward. So you own property, you own things, you own possessions, you're run by money. It's a manifestation of your talents being produced, and then there's the reward of the money, but then there's also this element of owning things, controlling things, hoarding things. It's a very superficial house, like no offense to Taurus, because it's not necessarily a superficial sign. It's definitely a sign of the heart, and rules the throat chakra, which is like singing and expression. It's a lovely house. I mean, it's a lovely sign too, but I'm getting just, this is what is, what was, or what we're moving away from, and we're moving, almost, I feel like we're moving into this, Spirit has come in to communicate with us that it's a part of all of this, okay? We are triune beings merging with our truth, okay? So, you know, second house would be two things, body, mind, and very material. When you add the spirit, you become there's this awareness of our truth. We become a triune being where spirit is at the head. The communication comes from above, and then the production. You say we're in alignment with our highest good. Here, it's almost like that's cut off, but we still have this all-seeing eye. This, to me, is a trick. I don't, you know, like sort of that Illuminati all-seeing eye. It's ourselves telling ourselves we are all that there is. But the trick is, it's telling us, and then we're not knowing it. We're not getting the sign, okay? Here, it's becoming, it's communicating itself to us. It's revealing itself. It's speaking to us, our higher self. Here, our higher self is external from us, as if it's separate. This is that whole trick of this kind of Illuminati thing where there's this all-seeing eye and all the symbols. It's us trying to reveal ourselves to ourselves, but this fact that we're not getting it is almost like a layer upon a layer of illusion, okay? And that's kind of the funky thing about that whole Illuminati thing, in my opinion. So it's not bad. If you look at all the signs and symbols, it's basically yourself revealing your truth to yourself, that you are the all-seeing eye. You are all that there is. You are a piece of God, okay? You're no different from the elite. You're no different from a God, in a sense. In a sense, you have that within you. Should man be a God? No, God should be God and move through the vessel of man, and that's the divine order of really what's going on anyway. It's just when you have that awareness of it, there's that freedom, that alignment. And so, you know, I also feel like the communication is to break free from routine, the old routine of producing in this way, of where commerce is the number one priority over love and individuality, in a sense of like expression of God's expression. Not being a sheep, but being a lion, speaking your voice. And that would be the voice of God once you move into this place. And really you really are sort of following the sheep, so to speak, if you're not in this place of aligning with the divine and being in the present moment. Because the lie is the future and the past. So, you know, when you speak your truth from the divine, you are speaking and pulling from the oneness, from the unity, from all that is, right? So there's, in a sense, not individuality with that, but there's an individual expression of all that is through this vessel, okay? Anyway, we're breaking out of that routine and moving into our truth and into our Christed consciousness and into that expression. And there's healing involved. There might be a need for a new routine. A routine to remember, look in the mirror and say to yourself, you know, I'm not the body, I am not the mind, I am. I am. I am. And in that sense, you can sense all that's around you because you are all that is around you. Okay, so this is like, this moon, I want to say, is moving you from that material, superficial, you know, it's going to purge some of those things. There will be communication from above. There will be healing. There will be more of an awareness of Christed consciousness. And you might get messages of a new routine to bring you into a constant state of flow and balance and oneness, unity consciousness, okay? This is like a diving deep into, it's so funny. It's not deep. When you're in the present, it's all simple, okay? But to the mind, being present is the deepest thing ever. It blows the mind. It blows the mind. Anyway, there's something else I wanted to say about this. What is it? So yes, communication will come in. Oh, so this routine would be something that you would do regularly to make it easier for you to be in the present moment. So it would be some kind of activity or anchor point for the mental mind, okay? For the part of you that you've been living in time, in stories, in illusion, creating and repatterning a new routine, a new story that aligns with waking up, that aligns with being in the present and in the now. Okay, so that's like sort of the message I'm getting from these cards, this overall energy. It's kind of the message I'm getting constantly anyway. I feel like there's going to be like a deep diving energy from this full moon tonight. I mean, it's gonna clear out a lot of materialism. It's gonna set a new routine for you. It's gonna tell you what that routine is, okay? So kind of look for that because you're our focus now. This awakening, this forced awakening, seriously, what I see Spirit doing is to teach us to be in the moment. When we don't know what's going on, we have to surrender. In that surrender, and in that final stages of surrender, there is kind of like an ego battle, that kind of like its last legs, its last chance to grab a foothold and anchor you back down to illusion, right? And so it's very intense. It's like intense within when you go through an awakening. Your ego does all these crazy things, but it doesn't have to, but for a lot of people, most of the time it does. And it's actually a good sign, they say. So that's cool. And so we can see, like, globally, that's what's happening. It's this, like, it's the ego's last attempt to anchor you into a illusion timeline, okay? Into the illusion, into the matrix, whatever you want to call it. And so just be present. Allow, accept, and create tools. I feel like Spirit's going to communicate with you tools that you need to help you anchor in a new timeline that supports, peace, not fear, and just constantly reminds you to stay present. Stay present, okay? Because that's part of the awakening, that's going to be the awakening, I guess. I mean, that's the words I'm using right now. So I'm just going to do a little Celtic cross for you guys. I'm always so intrigued by moon readings. I try to do new moon readings too, because new moons are usually a little more fun for the ego. And full moons, and I'm just generalizing, and the full moons are like ego death time. So they're like, it's like a little bit of, pressure on the ego, but then the release is like bliss, So the last few full moons that I've been experiencing, I've had, profound moments of awakening and, just basking in that water of flow and kind of befriending my full moons now. The last new moon was pretty intense just because of all the stuff that's going on. 5 of Swords. Yeah, we're battling. There's an egoic battle presently going on right now. So there might be a release after tonight. So some of you might just feel that battle, that need to survival mechanism kicking in. Some of you, wow. So this is like a card of marriage and union. It can be like that, um, you know, divine masculine feminine union, but also just simply the Four of Wands right now. It's like union with self, you know, as those Illuminati symbols and whatnot are telling you who you are. If you actually look outside of yourself and receive all the messages that there are, the external is always revealing yourself to yourself. It's the projections that don't see it. It's the illusion that doesn't see it. So crossing this like illusion, this wall, this projection of needing to battle, needing to fight, this projection of feeling betrayed. Maybe a lot of us feel betrayed by what's going on, by the government not protecting us enough, betrayed by losing money, losing lives, losing sense of security. Who knows? Or even just deep-rooted betrayals through the years might be coming up as you're in isolation, like old wounds and dense pain and trauma held in the body. Well, when you're in the present moment, they become exposed, okay? And so sometimes it feels worse in the beginning, like everything's getting worse, but really you're holding space now for something to be, to exist, to be looked at from the divine. And once you move really truly into union, those things kind of collapse where they don't have that kind of power and weight and density. You see it as a story that in some sort of way you created by projecting. So that is a lot. But, generally right now, there's a sense of resistance and fighting and betrayal and a resistance from the mind, okay, to overprotect itself. And then there's this, the power of spirit coming in to make you aware of who you are. So the ego's fighting that, right? And then spirit's coming in and doing that work. I love this. They're like lasers of truth. Cool. Okay, so the subconscious part of us are, I think I have to stop at that place. So 9 of Cups is this card. I don't know, if you can see it or not. That's a lovely place for the subconscious. So I feel like you really are moving into a receptive place. Like the blocks and the shadows and the stuck trauma is beginning to move out of your body and out of your world. Okay, you're starting to see a symbiotic, non-coincidental nature between your self, your, identified self with the external. It's also a wish fulfillment card, like magic, wishes coming true. No, there are no coincidences. It's a symbiotic balance between give and take. You're starting to see that externally, and that's becoming your pattern subconsciously. There's so many ways of explaining this. It's almost like overwhelming. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have the 7 of Wands. So there's a little bit of in the recent past, your will's just trying to fight this. Feels like it needs to fight this. Trying to survive, stay above water. Strength wanted to come out in your consciousness, which is amazing. That's like Leo energy too. But I want to do a single card. I have a little rule with myself. But yeah, the 7 of Wands in the recent past. So you've been struggling. Yeah. See, this is spirit, you guys. This is no shit, did you see that I pulled out strength and then I put it back and it came out? So, this is magic. This is truly magic. There's 78 cards here. Well, with these, minus whatever. I don't do math right now. But This is magic. This just came out twice. So this is I would say if there's anything to look at, this is a major arcana card. This is the only one out of the ones here. This is your strongest card right now, okay? To me, this is where your spirit has control over your mind, where spirit is taking over and taking charge, and you are consciously doing that work to get there. You are feeling strong in allowing spirit to guide you. This is where your heart is ruling the mind, where the heart leads the mind. I like that word better. This is where unity consciousness moves in, because you're allowing it, okay? You're no longer getting pulled by the illusion. You are the lion. You are the voice of spirit. So this is a really good place. This moon is like bringing amazing energies, moving you into your truth, into your awareness. Yeah, see, that happened again. The King of Swords just like came out with another card, and then it came out again. So this is like what's meant to be is meant to be. Like, even these cards are showing us this. This is just a small example, but this is the magic, you know, that we are in. We are in. The spirit is talking to us. And that spirit that's talking to us is us talking to us. Don't forget that. So, King of Swords, you will be cutting out anything that doesn't serve you. Anything that blocks. Whoa, okay, that's interesting that you're getting that. That we're getting that. This is cutting out anything like this, okay? That is intense to get the devil right now. And this is how you see yourself. That's like freaking intense. In the illusion. There's illusion there. This is so different from this energy. That is so different. What? This is so different. What is going on? Why the shift? Why the shift, spirit? Why the shift? What's going on? There's a lot of healing, like, wow. Okay, this is for a collective, mind you. Wow, okay, that's a good, damn, okay. I feel like I should start clarifying pretty soon, but I'll just give a general, you know, before I say too much about these cards. Okay. So, here, I'll just put the devil. This is how you see yourself. This is the external environment. So, you know, as long as you're in the illusion, okay, as long as you're playing the game of time, playing the game of story, you know, oh, this is happening to me, and da-da-da. It's like, become aware and respect the illusion, but don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Be the I am. Be the observer. But when you're in the illusion, you are have a lot of devil tendencies, which is just that attachment to that illusion. Codependency, addictions, you know, caught in timelines and loops and karmic cycles, okay? So, which is just, you know, bringing constant worry to you. It's just, it's bringing constant worry to you. But then we have on the outcome the Hierophant, which is this divine teacher. Divine wisdom from above. It's divine masculine energies. It's where the projection of the distorted masculine, which is basically a lot of that energy of, you know, that Taurus second house energy that I was talking about from the previous cards. Materialism being the focus. The divine masculine supports the divine feminine, okay? I always think of our projector and what we project onto our world, what we see from the projector within. That's our distortion, because if we're not in the present moment, we are projecting something in the realm of time. But with this energy, the projection Well, it becomes, you're more in the present moment where you, in that place, you support Earth. You support what's around you. You support people and you support yourself because all that is around you is you. So it becomes this divine masculine energy that we're moving into. So it's quite a reminder. Okay, now I'm starting to get more of a clear thing. So in the near future, you're going to move into this King of Swords energy, and you are going to cut away all this energy and move into Hierophant energy, okay? This is the symbol of Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. I just wanted to say that because, and then oddly enough, this is Taurus. So, you know, it's interesting because there's always the polarity of every sign, you know, the good aspects and the bad aspects, quote unquote good and bad. There are no good and bad. But they're the more natural and the more distorted, right? from there's like a spectrum of aspects within present consciousness, unity consciousness, and then aspects of extreme separation consciousness. Okay, so the King of Swords is going to so yeah, this is the Taurus energy. So this is you're going from the kind of the separation aspects of Taurus energy into the unity aspects of Taurus energy at the end. So there's really like quite a progression happening in this time. This is in the near future, moving through this new moon. You'll have this new energy with the strength of heart over mind, where you cut out. I mean, this is swords is the sign of the mind, also the ethereal, but like the air realm, the sky realm. But what I'm saying is, the heart is over the mind, and so this King of Swords is going to cut out anything where the mind is pulling you, us, isness, into an illusion, into the illusion of over-identifying with self. So it's going to cut off this density, this anxiety and this worry, but this is very apparent in our collective, But after this full moon, we're going to move into this really powerful energy. I like it because it's like, this card's where it's like the heart is over the mind, but then you're using the power of your mind to cut out things that no longer serve you so that you can stay in this energy. Okay, so the mind's cutting the mind. The mind is what cuts things, okay? So the mind cuts the mind. The heart doesn't cut things. The heart embraces, holds space, right? So yeah, you cut those aspects out. You will do it as you hold space for it, and a lot of times it's holding space is like just being aware of what the devil does, being aware of the stories you are projecting, the illusions you are creating, which causes the anxiety and the worry. It's having this clear vision of the truth of these things that you're projecting. Once you know you're doing it, it can collapse. It doesn't go away. It just becomes an apparent illusion. It collapses. Anyway, I don't know. How long have I been doing this read? I almost want to be done. Let's see. Any other cards calling me? Yeah, let's do a starseed card. Oh, and my Oshos. Because I was like getting tripped up on this, but now it's pretty clear. Like this is our present energy, right? This fighting with our ego and fighting with all these energies, and then the spirit coming in to make some seriously like drastic changes. But we are on board, like our consciousness, our subconscious is on board with this transition. Okay. It's very powerful read. Yeah, see, then we're going to get this rebirth thing, same energy. Let's clarify some stuff. Let's clarify the devil. Let's just see if we can pinpoint some patterning. Or why do we see ourselves? Why is there see ourselves in the illusion? You know, in a sense, it's kind of cool that we're seeing ourselves this way because it just shows us more that we're not necessarily in an illusion, that this isn't what's going on when we are in the illusion. Yeah. Because that awareness brings upon like a new growth, you know, like a good growth. That awareness brings in the light. Oh, it heals Mother Earth. That awareness of guilt, of those lower consciousnesses. This is a story. Guilt is a story. Guilt that can be collapsed, okay? We created it. And it's like taking responsibility for that, being aware. That's the breakthrough. That's the breakthrough for you. So removing guilt, being aware that that's what's going on, and then growing from that. Growing a new anchoring point. Celebrating, that's a union card. Playfulness, yeah. Moving back into a childlike innocence. Moving into adventure. This is all gifts for you in existence, in the present moment. If there is anything you can do is to move into the present moment. It will heal you. It will heal us all. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's do a starseed card. So cool. The card that's really standing out the most for me is this strength card, heart over mind. And then, okay, the most powerful cards in this deck, in this reading, is the major arcana cards. So we'll just go through them, okay? The strength card, the devil, the moon, the Hierophant. Okay, so it's like heart over mind, being aware that this is what's going on, that we're still stuck in patterns, stuck in the illusion, but rising above into our true nature and embracing, taking care of one another, taking care of ourselves. Hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. Exactly. It's just looking within to find our secrets, our truth. To find, our secrets is that we are in an illusion. We are the illusion. We are all that there is. We are magic. We are truth. And new earth, beautiful. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Hello. It is. This is I'm sorry. This is an awakening. When you go through the awakening process, there's a fight. There's a battle within to keep you anchored in illusion. And this is what's happening collectively. We have produced it externally at this point. We're all doing it together. So that's all I have for you. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Hidden secrets, lost wisdom. Take a look deeper. Look deeper into this. These symbols, the things externally, what they're teaching us, what they're telling us. When we ignore this, it's almost like, it's like a joke, like it makes and then we project onto this like this is evil when it's us telling us who we are. That projection's creating the evil that this is. This is a symbol and a sign of telling us who we are. We don't want to know that because we're in illusion. We're in this devil energy. So we project onto this Illuminati evil stuff, all this crap. That projection becomes reality. It's all meant to be. The darkness has depths. It's dark, but we can choose in awareness what we want to be our reality. So it's owning things, but it's also owning our truth. Owning this as us. So I'm feeling a little passionate about this. It's just really, really intense. This whole thing is very intense. Communication from above. A new routine, a new anchoring point to move us into this water element of sensing all that there is around us. Sensing our body, feeling our body. Awakening the body. All right, that's all I have for you. Bless you. I'm going to try to do like one more read. I'm going to do Sag. And maybe Libra, because it's Libra full moon. What month are we in? April? Yeah, I did that one already. All right, if you would like a personal read, I would totally love to give you one. I would love, it blesses me. My email is in the description box. Please just email me, and we can set up a read. I am so free, so we can do one if you want one tomorrow, you know? If you want one right now, you better get on it, because if you want one right now, it is possible. You just have, if you put it in the comments, that would be good, because I don't know how late I'm going to stay up tonight, but it's possible. But tomorrow for sure, okay? Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and please enjoy the full moon tonight. Love you. Please tell me that this worked.